Hope you guys got some idea about importance of data visualization. Now let's just move to the next question, that is why BI visualization tools are required. So many people has asked me one question that see they can create visualization in Excel files, or if they work with Python they have Matplotlib or Seaborn for creating visualization, or if they work with R they have Shiny library for creating visualization, or if they work on some web platforms they have D3JS or Chart.js for creating visualization. So the question is why they have to pay or invest on a BI visualization tool for analyzing the data. So here I have listed down around 10 unique features that makes these BI visualization tools better than any of them. Let's start with the first point, that is connect varieties of data sources, bring data into a single platform and perform transformations. So this is one of the coolest features of most of the BI visualization tools in the market, that they supports most of the data sources that is available in the market. So if I talk about ClickSense, ClickSense by default is having around 35 plus data source connectors that include big data source connectors, SQL based data source connectors, flat file system connectors, and API connectors. So the if you need additional connectors, it is available in online ClickSense site. You can download the additional connectors. So the best part here is data source doesn't matter anymore. You can connect to any data sources, get the data into ClickSense and perform transformations on it. You can interconnect the data which is coming from different data sources. So this is one of the coolest feature I feel, just because we don't need to be dependent upon any intermediate applications or program for pulling the data from different varieties of data sources. The second point is data compression. Most of the BI visualization tools are having very powerful algorithms and mechanism to compress the data they deal with. I would like to explain this with a scenario that I went through earlier. So I had an Excel file of 40 MB in size, and it is having around 1 million records and 5 columns. When I loaded the file into ClickSense, the size of the ClickSense file was just 5 MB. Imagine the level of compression, 40 MB to 5 MB without losing a bit of information. So when I think about my storage resources, I can definitely say it is extremely good compression.
The third feature is in-memory. By this feature, BI visualization tools bind the data and visualization into the same application. So whenever the user accesses the application, the data will also get loaded into the main memory along with the visualization. So this helps the user to enjoy the fastest results on their queries because the user is querying the RAM instead of hard disk or database.
Okay guys, now let's just move to the next feature, that is data associativity. Data associativity, if I say, it is a very useful feature that that helps the user to interact with the dashboards or the applications or the visualization and perform their analysis. So let me open my ClickSense dashboard. So okay, do you see this dashboard? So I can interact with each and every object of this. Okay, let's say I need to see the dashboard according to my USA. I need to see only the data which is coming from USA. You can just click on it. You don't need to create a particular separate filter for seeing this, or some drop down filters or something. Nothing you have to create. You can just click on that USA and you can see the whole dashboard is changing accordingly. So here you can see what is the sales quantity of USA, what is the sales value of USA, and what is the current status of the transactions that I have performed, and what is the time series, and all ups and downs you can see, as well as the heat map you can see according to the USA and the products sold. And on top you can see the filters what you have applied. On top of it we can again apply multiple filters. So I need to know only the USA plus only the shipped transactions. Just click on it and apply it. So here you can see shipped. So you can see the time series trend and sales value of ship transactions and sales quantity of ship transactions, as well as the complete details. So whatever visualizations is here, everything will be getting changed accordingly. So it doesn't matter the visualizations are created from different data sources. So we just have to connect the data in the model layer. So anyway, when ClickSense started, I'll be showing you how to connect the data which is coming from different data sources. So there is no worry. So at least just try to understand that you can data associativity is nothing but you can interact with the visualization and you can perform a deep down analysis on the data. Okay guys, let's move to the 5th point, that is machine learning and deep learning integration. So I know this is a very interesting topic. So we'll be discussing it very widely. I'll be creating a separate video in which I'll be explaining you the step-by-step procedures to integrate machine learning and deep learning models with ClickSense and creating visualization with that and interact with these models through those visualizations what we created in ClickSense. So as a part of this, we'll be solving a regression problem, a classification problem, a clustering problem by using ClickSense and Python. So by the time you're finishing up these problems, you guys will get an idea how these live communication is happening between ClickSense and those models. So I feel like this is a very cool feature. So this feature actually helps the customer to enjoy the features of ClickSense along with the capabilities of machine learning and deep learning concepts. So let me move to the next point, that is easy to use. So, okay, I really like to explain this with an example. So I have already created a dashboard here. So let me create one sheet in this dashboard. So I'm adding one more sheet into the dashboard. So here we have some set of properties. We'll be discussing all these things very widely when I'm introducing this ClickSense development environment to you in the upcoming videos. So here I have a set of fields here. So here I have master items, I have charts, I have custom objects. So if you want to create a chart here, so let's say I want to create a pie chart. So let me keep the pie chart size, all those things here. And I have a couple of fields that I loaded into ClickSense from a CSV file. That is my sales data. So I need to know the territory. So I can just drag and drop that particular column on top of it. So just add a territory. And I need to know the sales. There's a column sales I added. So add measure. There is an option here. So as soon as I dragged and dropped, I am getting an option add as a measure or replace territory. So territory is basically a dimension here, and add a measure is nothing but a metric. I'm creating a metric, that is nothing but I'm performing an aggregate operation based on the column sales towards the territory. So I need to know my sum of sales. Just this ClickSense by default give you a couple of aggregate operations, or you can write your own, no issues. You have a scripting portion to write your own. So I'm just selecting sum of sales. So see, dashboard is created. Sorry, the visualization is created. So like this, I can create multiple visualizations. All like just a drag and drop it is. So I want to create a line chart here, and I want to add one column from, let's say, order date. So I'm adding order date, add order date, and again I want to know my sales. Again drag and drop sales, and add as a measure sum of sales. So I can get the line chart here. So if you want to change some appearance alterations, all those things I can do. I'll make it area, I'll make it show data points, I'll make values on data points. Sorry, I'll make values on data points. And now let me add one bar chart here. So again, I'll go to my fields. I need to know city or country wise bar chart. I'll drag and drop. Sorry, I'll add it as add country. I'll add it as a dimension. Then again, I'll go to my sales. I'll add it as a measure. So I'll take some of sales again, and I can just align it just like this. And I can give some values on top of it and colors. I can just make it by dimension so I can see with each and every dimension with different colors. And let me add one more. There are some default charts available. I can add a table. So I'll be adding a table with some multiple fields like country, add country, add city, then again sales, status. I'll add one more dimension, status. Then I'll add my metric, that is sum of sales. Add measure sum of sales. And so if I said done, so the dashboard is ready. I can sort it and keep it. So see how easy it is to create a dashboard in ClickSense. It is all like a drag and drop. So it's very user interactable. You can just drag and drop and create your own visualization. You can create your own. See, all the things you have to do is a drag and drop with an appropriate columns and the matrices.
Let's move to the seventh point now, that is accessibility over internet. So what this feature says is once you develop the application, you can host it in the server and you can enable access for the users. So the users will be able to access the dashboard over internet by using their web browsers. So let me show you one example for this. That is, I'm going to one site called demos.click.com. So this is the demo site for ClickSense applications developed by ClickTech. So here you can see many ClickSense applications. If you are interested, you can go through each and every application and get to know how the dashboards and visualization looks like. So let me open executive dashboard. So if you click on launch demo, you'll be getting directed to one sheet. You'll be getting directed to the dashboard. So let me click on launch demo. So the dashboard loading time is based on your internet connection. So the dashboard is loading now. So once the dashboard is loaded, here you can see all the sheets. Sheets are part of dashboards. So let me open the first sheet, that is KPI dashboard. So this is the dashboard of executive dashboard. So here you can see a bunch of important visualizations. So here you can interact with these charts. Just select filter. You can see the filter is applied on top. If you want to remove filter, you can remove that. And let me move to the next sheet. That is nothing but the sales analysis dashboard. So here also you can see a bunch of visualizations that make some sense for the people who are analyzing their sales. Let me click on some filters. The whole dashboard is getting changed accordingly. I can add filters as well. I can remove filters. So when I add filters and go to the next sheet, the filter will always be up on top of it, and the next sheet will be according to this filter. I can remove it here, so you can see the complete data. So like this, you can host the analytics application in server and enable the access for the users. So it doesn't matter where user is. If they have an internet connection, they can access the dashboards. And nowadays, mobile applications also available to access these dashboards. So you can install it in a mobile or tablet and access these dashboards over internet.
Now let's move to the eighth point, that is embedded analytics. So embedded analytics is one of the very good feature provided by most of the BI visualization tools. So by this feature, suppose I have created some visualizations using ClickSense. I can bring these visualization into a website. So let's say I have created a sales dashboard. I need to put some sales trends and sales bar diagrams into my website for showing whoever accessing my website. So I can use it by I can do it by using this concept called embedded analytics. In ClickSense, we call it mashups. So guys, let me show you one example here. So I have a very attractive website here which is created in HTML and CSS and JavaScript. So if you go through this website, there are so many charts and diagrams available here. So these charts and diagrams are actually coming from ClickSense. So the best part here is you can enjoy all the features of ClickSense and features and interactivity of ClickSense here. So let's say I can make selections here. So all the dashboard, all the charts in the website will be changing according to my selections. I can clear the selections. In the way, whatever you can do in ClickSense on a chart, same things you can do in these charts also. These charts are highly interactive, and the best part here is the web developer no need to write additional codes to create the charts in their web platform. They just have they can just create some containers and call these charts into their website from ClickSense. Okay guys, let's move to the next topic, that is geoanalytics, otherwise geographical analytics. This feature helps the user to analyze the data using geographical maps. Let me show you one example. So here I have an application integrated with a map. So here I can see United States maps and the states of United States. So these maps are highly interactive. You can make selections out of it. Let me select one state out of it, that is New Mexico. So if you notice, the whole dashboard got changed according to New Mexico data. So let's wait for 2 seconds. So again, the map got drilled down into city-wise. So city-wise also you can see the performance. So these kind of maps could be integrated with your application by using latitude and longitude codes. So this helps the user to get a quick and simple view on their geographical performance. And by integrating, they can deep down into the data geographically. Done. Okay, guys, let's move to the 10th topic, that is integration of open source charts libraries like Chart.js, D3.js, etc. So, if you ever feel ClickSense visualizations are not attractive or it is not capable of showcasing the user requirements, you can definitely create your own charts using open source libraries like Chart.js or D3.js, and you can integrate it with ClickSense. So, let me show you one example of it. So here I have an application in which I have two charts. There is a bar chart as well as there is a heat map, and there is a Sankey chart. So all these charts are created. These are not basically ClickSense charts. These are basically created in D3JS and integrated with ClickSense. So here the data is coming from ClickSense, but the visualization is created in D3JS. So we have binded the ClickSense model with the chart.js or D3JS for visualizing the data. So here you will get, the best part here is you will get all the features of ClickSense here, like applying filter, interacting with the visualizations, all the features you can enjoy. But the visualization is just created in Chart.js or D3JS. And of course, since the data is coming out of ClickSense models, the performance will be very good of these charts. So these are the ten unique points that a developer should be knowing if they are working with ClickSense or if they are working with any other BI visualization tools.